Hey sis, you are viewing my hands right now because I decided I'm going to do a little impromptu lip product declutter because I recently got some new things, a lot of new things, because it was my birthday on March 16th and I went a little bit hog wild. And I was putting in this lipstick, which is my newest one. This is one of Milk Makeup's lipsticks. This is the shade Wavy, and we're a big fan of her. It's like this very dark, deep brick red brown. But I realized when I was trying to put this lipstick in here that before I did some reorganizing, it didn't fit. So I was like, okay, I need to get rid of some of this. Some of these children, they have to go. Just really be honest with myself about what I have and have not been using. So to start, I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I am for sure going to keep. One of those is the Milk lipstick that I just showed you in the shade Wavy. All of the lip balms I currently have on deck. Let's talk about these little angels for a second. This is my Glossier cherrybomb.com. You will have to pry this sweet baby angel out of my cold, dead hands. I love it, honestly. It has a really subtle red tint that looks really flattering and sweet on the lips. It's very comfortable. It doesn't have any sort of bitter Vaseline-y aftertaste. It smells and tastes actually just like cherry Twizzlers, and I really enjoy using it. I also apologize if the camera twitches sometimes. I have my tripod basically straddling my thigh, and my thigh is really jiggly, so if I talk too enthusiastically, my thigh fat will move slightly, moving the camera like right now. Sorry about that. This is actually one of two products I have from an indie brand called Lip Gloss Boss. This is their Balmy Gloss, which is basically a combination lip gloss and lip balm, and it looks white, but it comes off clear. I really enjoy this. Actually, I'm going to take, there we go. This is the exact same product in a wand. I bought the exact same thing in two different forms because I saw on their Instagram that you could also use this as an eye gloss, and I am running somewhat low on my Milk Makeup eye vinyl and light rail, and I wanted a clear eye gloss anyway, so I decided to try this one out and I really enjoy it. It is minty, so it does make my eyes tingle a little bit the first couple of seconds I have it on, but then it dissipates and it's just a really nice long-lasting eye gloss. So this actually shouldn't even be in here because I exclusively use it on my eyes. And this one is exclusively used on my lips. Like I said, this is a clear balm gloss. I really love this. This bundle together is $25 and this gloss alone is $12 somebody or other, around that price. Really love this. I will link the site below. Obviously that's not spawn. This is a goofy little purchase I made in a large Ulta order a little while ago. This is the Ulta Beauty Juicy Jelly Lip Gloss in the watermelon scent. This gave me such like middle school in the mid-2000s fantasy that I was like, I want it so bad. It smells like watermelon candy and it's a very sheer, comfortable, plush gloss. It has almost no pigmentation to it whatsoever, and that is perfectly fine with me. I like pretty much every single lip product I've ever tried from Ulta's house brand of makeup, except for their Plumping gloss because it's a really uncomfortable, like, dental mint flavor. It's not a pleasant soft mint like my, for example, Jack Black lip balm, that another product you will have to pry from my cold dead hands. I'm actually almost done with it, so obviously we're keeping that little baby. It's not like a pleasant mint like that, or like the ColourPop So Juicy lip glosses, of which I have 3. Good Lord. We'll talk about these in a quick sec because I'm not getting rid of any of them. I don't have it anymore. It was part of my birthday haul last year. I think I talked about it, and it had a wonderful clear glassy shine. It just tasted disgusting. So that's been dead for a very long time. This is the ColourPop Lippy Balm in the shade, it's super sheer, scent shade Passion Pit. This smells delightful. It smells and tastes like lychee. It has a very subtle sheer red tint, sort of like the glossierbomb.com, but even sheerer, if you can believe that. It's a wonderful lip balm and I really enjoy it. I would definitely repurchase this. I love pretty much everything about it. And then this is the current crown jewel of my lip balms. This is the Milk Makeup Kush Lip Balm in the shade Green Dragon. Although I guess I don't need to air quotes that now because they did introduce additional shades of this. But when I repurchased this, I just went with the original clear one. That one got air quotes because it's not clear. It's green, but it goes on clear. This little baby is awesome. It has a very sort of slight artisanal mint taste. It's like a mixture of like mint and beeswax in its taste. Like if you've ever had a really rustic lip balm experience, it's sort of like this. That was a really weird way to describe it. But I really enjoy this. I completely panned the first one I had, so I just repurchased it. Hello, little bean. So let's talk a little bit about these. These are the ColourPop So Juicy Plumping lip glosses. I don't really find these to be plumping at all. It's kind of one of those situations where any brand that makes a lip gloss that contains mint will pretty much say it's plumping. It's not, but it is excellent. It's a perfect balance of pigmented and subtle. That first shade that I swatched was the shade All Talk, and this one is Dress Code. Super comfortable, perfect, very shiny lip glosses. A little sticky, but in sort of a way where they don't slide around on your lips in an unpleasant way, but not so sticky that they're gonna end up really stringy and whatnot. This is the clear, this one is called Princess Cut. I'm in love with these. I really had to restrain myself to only buy 3. One of the reasons I'm doing this is because I just actually finished panning my Tarte Lip Surgeon's Energy Gloss that I got 2 years ago. And I really sat with myself and I had sort of a come to Jesus moment about my lip gloss consumption. And I'm like, Binge, it took you 2 calendar years to pan this all the way. And part of that is because I have so many other lip glosses, and also because when I first bought it, I was not using it all that often. But it's like, Binge, it took you 2 years. You have to calm down. So calm down, I will. This is the Ulta Beauty Shiny Sheer Gloss in the shade Cherry. I think this is an excellent lip gloss, and as you can see, I am really making my way downtown in terms of use of it. It's almost gone. So it doesn't really make sense to get rid of it, you know what I'm saying? I guess this is part lip collection and part declutter. And it's just as well that this would be a lip collection video because my lip collection is the only part of my makeup collection that's actually organized. So it's the only part I'm comfortable showing you lovely people of the internet because I don't want to get roasted by the organizational community. So this is actually a lip gloss that I mixed myself. It's a combination of a couple different lip glosses that weren't exactly flattering on their own. But that's the color I ended up making. It's very sheer, but I do like it and I just made it, so I'm gonna keep it. Actually, am I? One of the things I used to make this was a lip balm from Ulta that I actually didn't like because it was a lip balm that contained SPF. And this one also contains SPF, but it was, you know when lip balms have sunscreen in them and it makes them taste really, really disgustingly bitter? It's kind of that situation. So I actually might not keep this one, even though I just spent an hour making it a couple of weeks ago. The bitter sunscreen taste carried over into this lip balm after I made it, even though it's got a bunch of other lip balms and lip glosses mixed in there. It like tastes kind of gross, and that's kind of a point of contention for me, obviously, because it's on my mouth. We're gonna put it over here. This is the perhaps area, a little bit off camera right over here. This is my e.l.f. and Alyssa Ashley lip gloss that I'm also making my way through. I don't like the taste of this one either. It has this very weird, just artificial sugar taste to it that I don't like at all, basically. This is also gonna go into the perhaps area. I don't love it, and I feel like there's no point in keeping glosses that I don't adore. I'm using a lot of like influencer up talk right now, but you know, it's okay because I don't like the policing of women's language patterns, okay? This is the NYX Slip Tease Lip Lacquer in the shade Camel. I talked about this in my lip gloss, The Gospel According to Nisi Pisa lip gloss video that I really should have called The Glospel, and I hate myself for that. I really do want to keep this around. I really do want to wear it more. I just haven't yet. Cause like it's sort of an autumnal color, you know what I mean? And we are marching headlong into spring. But I'm gonna hold on to it because one of the things I do with this is I use it to darken up other lip glosses that are too light to varying degrees of success, but it's very useful for that. That's going back in the collection. This is a forever keep. This is the Buxom lip gloss in the shade Brandy. I'm in love with this. I wear it all the time. And this is another one you will have to pry from my cold, dead hands after global warming takes us all. So she's staying. I'm gonna talk about 2 more of the members of the Clear Lip Gloss Club. I gotta calm down. I gotta stop. This is the Ulta Jelly Gloss. It's a clear gloss. It's very shiny. I like it a lot. I'm obsessed with clear lip gloss. We all know this about me. I will never change and I will never improve. This is the very controversial, infamous Glossier clear lip gloss. I'm hesitant even to swatch this little baby because I love it so much. These are the 2 presidents of the Plumping Gloss Club. This is the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme, which is about 1/2 empty. Apparently I'm a half empty kind of person. It has a bit of a pink tint now because I tend to use it with a Wet n Wild lipstick. I'll show you guys it a little bit later. And it has a tendency to pick up whatever is underneath it. This is an excellent plumping lip gloss, honestly. The next time this pops up on the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, I might have to buy it. Although, having said that, I do want to talk about this little angel baby. This is the LA Girl Tinted Lip Plumper. It sort of is a shade shifting gloss, a little bit like the Tarte Lip Surgeons. I saw this in a CVS and was like, there's no way that's gonna do anything. It's like $3. And then somebody on Instagram was like, girl, LA Girl put out a plumping lip gloss and it's the God's honest truth. I bought it. Binge. Hello? Hello? I love her. Thick consistency. A little sticky. You see that string? She's a little sticky. She's like a vintage gloss. This smells and tastes like big red gum. Cinnamon girl. I have often said to myself that plumping glosses that take their plumping qualities from mint don't do anything for me. You gotta get the capsicum in there, my guy. You gotta get the spice. You gotta get that capsaicin in there. It's gotta hurt. Understand me? Cinnamon, hot, heat, warmth. It is a little sticky and stringy though. I have to say that. That's another thing I like about it. The shade of pink that it shifts to is very subtle and natural. I tried a Physicians Formula shade shifting gloss a couple years ago that shifted to the most gaudy 80s bright pink, and it stained the lips so aggressively, and I was like, oh, this is not it, sis. This is a disappointment, okay. This is the Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine Gloss in the shade Rapture. I have darkened this a little bit with a plum lip gloss. So I'm sorry, it's not the truest color it would be if I hadn't done that. Like, it's definitely darker than it is when you buy it. It's a cool pink and it's fine, and it pairs really well with smokier eye looks. My issue with this is it's another shade of the Hi-Fi gloss that I like better that I discovered after I bought this. The shade 1993 is a cool nude brown that I adore. But I couldn't really rationalize owning two of these and just letting this one fall to the wayside. It's gonna go into the perhaps area. Okay, this is the Wet n Wild Pisces lip gloss, but not in its true form. If you know, the true shade of this Wet n Wild Pisces gloss is an extremely pale pink with this blue shimmer that you can still kind of see. And what I have done is mix a darker lip gloss into it to make it, to try at least, to make it into somewhat of a wearable lip color. And like, it's fine. I should have known I wasn't going to like how it turned out. It's like purple. It's like a magenta purple. It's like whatever. It's like fine, you know? Like, it's a fine shade and it like looks fine on me, but I'm never gonna wear it. Like, when I make custom lip glosses, they have to be perfect or I'm never gonna wear them, which is the problem. I always have fun mixing them together, but sometimes it's just not ideal. This is one of those situations where the shade that I came up with is not really ideal for me. Like, it's okay, but it's not ever going to get a lot of wear, so it's gonna go into the perhaps area. This was a gift from Hannah Louise Poston, who sent me a beautiful bundle of wonderful products that I'll talk more about at some point. This is one of the e.l.f. plumping lip glosses. Its original shade was Champagne Glam, but if you haven't guessed, I did alter it somewhat. This shade at the bottom is what its original shade was, and then I've darkened it to be this shade. It's another one that's like fine. It was way too light before. It was too light for me to do anything with. This is fine. I used that camel gloss from NYX to darken it a lot, but it's sort of like, am I going to actually use it? And at the risk of sounding like I never use what I make, I never use my Franken-glosses, I do. There have been times where I like used them to death. I just haven't gotten lucky the past couple of times I've tried, so it's also going in the perhaps area. I'm so sorry, Hannah. But also there's something in this group that also came from that gift from Hannah that I'm deeply, deeply in love with and obsessed with, so it was not all in vain. The sun is setting, so I keep having to change my lighting between shots. I'm sorry about that, I don't have a ring light. So this next one is a Lorac Ruby Luster gloss. This one has a sentimental attachment to it because it was a gift from one of my best friends, my sweet, sweet little Bennett. So she's staying because that's friendship in a tube. Ooh, I love this one. This is one of the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lips. This is the shade Flying Horses. I did also have the shade Pony Up, but I decluttered it a little while ago. This is so subtle. I love every single ColourPop lip gloss I've tried. They really do amazing with this formula. Okay, this is where it gets tough. This is the NYX Strictly Vinyl Lip Gloss in the shade Bad Girl. I talk about this in my makeup I bought just for the name video. I love this because of the name. It's so just like thick and rich and sticky. and pigmented, and I never wear pigmented glosses like this. In fact, I think this might be the only one I have left. I guess the Slip Tease is kind of similar to it. I don't want to force myself to declutter things I don't want to, so I'm not gonna declutter it. That is Smoky Glow's Impact. Ooh, this is a triumph for me. This is the Bite Liquefied lipstick in the shade Jicama. Girl, I got this for $10. I was wearing this earlier today. There's no way I'm getting rid of this. This is an excellent lip color and I really, really enjoy it. So this is another lip gloss favorite of mine. This is the Ulta Color Rush lip gloss in the shade Carrie, that every time I put it on, I think of Carrie Fisher, and it makes me sad and happy at the same damn time. This is also excellent. This is actually very similar, now that I'm looking at it, to Jicama from Bite. Let's watch them next to each other. Oh no, they're different. They're a little different. Jicama's got a little bit more of a red to it. Ah, delightful. These are the only two lip liners I have. This is my favorite brown lip liner to wear with nude shades that are too light for me. This is the NYX retractable lip liner in the shade Cocoa. Wonderful. I love that a lot. However, this one I never use. This is the Wet n Wild gel lip liner in the shade Gone Burgundy. I bought it last year for my birthday and I've used it like twice. It's very pretty. It's just I never use lip liner with purple berry lipsticks like this. I don't even really have that many of them. So this one is also going into the perhaps, actually it's not going into the perhaps area. It's going into the I'm definitely getting rid of this area, which is to the left of the perhaps area. Actually, I'm gonna put the Pisces lip, I'm gonna put everything that's in the perhaps area into the I'm definitely getting rid of this area, because I'm not putting any of this back in my collection. I don't care. Oh, speaking of which, this is one of the formerly Makeup Monsters, now known as Menagerie Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. This was the shade Bite Me. It looks like it's still the shade Bite Me, which was a very bright fire engine red. I don't like the formula of this particular lipstick. I bought 4 of them, and I'll show you the other 3 in a bit. This one had a slightly different formula the whole time. The other 3 had a very inky, thin formula, which I prefer with liquid lipsticks, and this one was very moussey, and it cracked pretty much immediately upon applying it. And it was a very bright red that I, for some reason, decided to try to darken with a darker liquid lipstick, and this is the shade I got, which is pretty, but it's also, I have liquid lipsticks that just look like this off jump, so there's no reason to keep this one around. And I still don't like the formula that much. I still think it dries too fast and gets crumbly, so it's going into the We're Definitely Saying Goodbye collection. Let's talk about the rest of my Menagerie Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. This is the shade Redwood. This is another entry into the you'll have to pry this from my cold dead hands category. Okay, I'm swatching with my right hand, and I'm left-handed, so this might go left. It might go left. It's so beautiful. Very comfortable and long lasting. Yeah, no, she's not going anywhere. A similar entry, this is the shade Blackened Heart. Also lovely, and she's not going anywhere. Yes. You know what? Now that I'm looking at this, this is so similar to a Wet n Wild lipstick I have. We might have to do a showdown between the 2 of these when I get to that one, so I'm gonna put this in a different perhaps area. I'll put it up here on my lamp. This one I'm not so sure about. This is the shade Heavy Artillery from Menagerie, but back when it was Makeup Monsters. It's a little older. This might be a little sus. This is a little sus. Honestly, you can see some inconsistency with the color in the tube, and it doesn't smell the same way as the other ones. But here's the thing about it. It's such a unique color to my collection. Do I wear it often? No. But like, I don't have any other slate gray liquid lipsticks. Once you start going onto that defense, it's like binge, okay? You'll figure it out. You don't need to keep it around just for that. I'm gonna let it go. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry everyone I'm letting down. Similarly, this is my NYX Liquid Suede in the shade Alien. This is the only black lipstick I have. So it's like, sometimes I put it on and I feel like a bad binge, but that's so rarely. I'm getting rid of the gray, I'm keeping the black. This is another custom product. This was an Essence lipsticks, but what it is now is a very unique little shade. So that's what it looks like. This is a true nude. This is a melted together form of every single nude shade and a couple purple shades from the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette that I had up until about a month and a half ago. I bought it on sale at TJ Maxx and I was all excited because I was like, oh, I'm gonna mix so many lipsticks together and it's gonna be so great for my videos because I'll never need to wear any of my lipsticks again. And then I was like, wait a minute, girl, you have too many lipsticks to have a product that's going to make all of your lipsticks obsolete. So it never ended up getting used and I had it for a very long time. So one day I scraped out all the nude shades into a cup, added a little bit of my Glossier Balm.com to give it a little bit of emoliation, to make it a little bit more emollient because Anastasia Beverly Hills bullet lipsticks are very dry and very matte. So I just made a little Franken lipstick, and this is what I got, and I really like it. And while we're on the subject of things that were and or are Essence lipsticks, binge, this one is the shade Purple Power. I was wearing this earlier today. Oh God, I love this so much. Oh, this is a crime. This is the NYX Simply Red Lip Cream in the shade Candy Apple. I raved about this in last year's birthday haul, and now I never wear it. I did wear it a lot last year, but now I don't. Oh, perfect, bright, candy berry red. So beautiful. I really do want to get more use out of that, you know? This is my NYX Liquid Suede in the shade Cherry Skies. I've talked about how much I love this before. I have to be close to panning this at this point. I wear this all the time. This is kind of a tricky formula because it never dries down and it can get a little chunkier on the lip line, but it's so lovely that I don't really freaking care. I recently wore this to a wedding and everyone was like, wow, Nisa, you're even more beautiful than the bride is. Maybe someone should marry you. Speaking of berry reds, this is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea lipstick in the shade Miami Vice. This is one of those lipsticks that's so creamy that it's difficult to get a straight line around your lip line. It just gets a little messy. I think I actually might pass this one along. I think it's so beautiful, but I haven't worn it in a while, so it's sort of frustrating. And I don't wear really bright berry reds like this too much anymore. I have a friend that I think might like this. So I'm going to put this in a new category of stuff I might give to people in my life. Another entry in that category is our next lipstick. This is the Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick in the shade Bouse. This is the shade that Lily Singh did in collaboration with Smashbox. I don't think I should have bought this. I have a nice memory associated with this that I talk about in my telling makeup related stories video. So I enjoy having this, but I don't like this formula at all. The shade is obviously stunning, but it's sort of this like moussey liquid lipstick, and I find that liquid lipsticks that are moussey tend to crumble, and this one does. And I was thinking a couple of days ago when I first started thinking about decluttering this particular lipstick, oh, if I want a fire engine red like this, I can just go ahead and buy the Fenty Uncensored Stunna Lip Paint because it's the exact same color and the exact same price. They're both $24. And the Fenty one has a much thinner, inkier formula, which I tend to enjoy for liquid lipsticks. And then I was like, bitch, if you never wear fire engine reds, why on God's green dying earth would you spend $24 on another fire engine red? Like, if you don't buy a $2 Wet n Wild lipstick, that's a fire engine red. If you really need to have a fire engine red on standby that much, don't spend 30 bucks on another one you know you're never gonna wear. So after I was done roasting myself, I was like, okay, we're gonna give this one to Ava because she looks beautiful in red lipstick and she also loves Lily Singh. And we're gonna get it out of our freaking lives, and that's that on that. Speaking of Wet n Wild lipsticks, let's talk about Sandstorm. God, these are so dry. This is such a great nude though. And I really like having a nude this great for so cheap. Speaking of which, another great cheap nude woman of color friendly lipstick I have is this one from Milani. This is the shade Matte Beauty. I used to own this and then I got rid of it about 2-3 years ago, and then I bought it again a couple of months ago. This one is a little bit more of a camel brown compared to the reddish tones in the Wet n Wild. Ooh, this is the ColourPop Lippie Sticks in the shade Daydream. This one I hadn't worn in a really long time, and then I made myself wear it to work a couple days ago, and I was like, oh, I'm a fool. Why wasn't I wearing this every day? I adore this lipstick. This is excellent, my guy. It's darker than all of the nudes I've swatched so far, and that makes it really nice and wearable. It also lasts a really, really long time. If you've never tried that formula, it has sort of the staying power of a liquid lipstick, but it's not nearly as uncomfortable. Speaking of liquid lipsticks I love, this is the Physicians Formula liquid lipstick in the shade Nutritious. This is the best liquid lipstick I own. I'm calling that right the frick now. I love this so much. These are super comfortable, kind of expensive for drugstore liquid lipsticks, but they're Physicians Formula, so of course they are. It lasts a decent amount of time and the color is perfect for me. I guess it's just nude time. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Lip Crayon in the shade Cheers. Another perfect nude. This is the kind of nude creamy lipstick that I can just smack on without a lip liner and just go. And that's what I prefer. I like having this brown NYX lip liner if I ever acquire pinks that are too light for me, but I prefer not having to use it because I'm really lazy. This is one of the mini NARS Power Matte Lip Pigments in the shade American Woman. This was another gift from Hannah Louise Poston. I have never owned anything from NARS because NARS isn't cruelty-free. They revoked their cruelty-free status like a week before I went cruelty-free. So that was bad timing on both of our parts. It's a very thin but comfortable liquid lipstick in a shade that's very, very light for me, but not like offensively so. When I wear it without a lip liner, it comes across as sort of a 60s mod hyper nude. It's okay. And I want to experiment more with wearing it with a lip liner and mixing it with darker nude. So I'm gonna hold on to it for now. It's also named after one of my favorite songs. So like, I can't get rid of it by the laws of my own absurdity. We're almost done, actually. See how much I've showed you? See how much of my shame I've explained to you? This is a fave. This is one of the Too Faced La Creme lipsticks in the shade Pink Chocolate. I love this one. This is a perfect pink nude. This is one of the most perfect pink nude lipsticks I've ever had in my life. This does not look too light on me. I love it so much. It's so comfortable. It's not too shiny. It's like a satin sheen. It also smells weirdly a little bit like bentonite clay, which is fun and fresh and reminds me of skincare, so we love that. This one I'm not sure about. This is the Colored Rain liquid lipstick in the shade Bachelorette. I recently repurchased this because it was on sale at Ricky's NYC, which I was at over my winter break. I owned this like 2 or 3 years ago. I bought it on sale from Haute Look. This is darker than I remember it being. It's like very vampy. I'm gonna compare this to Black and Tart. Oh. This is the crown jewel of the gifts from Hannah Louise Poston. This is the Lancome and Proenza Schooler lipstick in the shade 111. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Hold on. Beach, there she is. Oh God. Oh, it's this beautiful like blotted wine color. Can you not just picture me like sitting in a vineyard in Chianti and Greve in central Italy, just like looking at my grapes? Oh, Hannah, thank you for giving this to me. This one I'm keeping forever. You can pry it from what? My cold dead hands. Okay, let's talk about my shame. I have said several times that I don't like the formula of the Wet n Wild liquid catsuits because I don't. And yet I have 4 of them because I'm weak and stupid. These are the shades Excellent, Nice to Fuchsia, Behind the Bleachers, and Give Me Mocha. I literally have the backbone of a chocolate eclair. It's fine. That's Excellent, Nice to Fuchsia, Behind the Bleaches, and Give Me Mocha. Give Me Mocha is a really perfect nude shade, and I do wear it with lip glosses quite a lot, so I'm going to keep her. Behind the Bleachers I just bought, so I want to wear it more. That's not Behind the Bleachers, this is. Nice to Fuchsia, I have nothing else like in my collection, so I'm gonna keep her because she fills my desires to have a fuchsia lipstick. I know. I never said that this would be savage, except maybe I did, but it's not. Now I'm going to compare these 3 Vampy lipsticks to see how different they actually are. Oh my God, do I have hands? Hey, quick question, do I have hands? The answer will surprise you. Oh, shut up. Okay, we're ready for the showdown. First up is Bachelorette from Colored Rain. She's brown, but she's a very deep purpley brown. Interesting. Next up, Black and Tart from Makeup Monsters / Menagerie Cosmetics. Completely different color, even vampier. Interesting. Last up, Hexcellent from Wet n Wild. Obviously, Bachelorette is much more of a brown color than it is a vampy purple. However, it comes across vampy enough on the lips that I feel like I'd rather use just like a true black and plum vampy color than I'd use the sort of like middle of the road brown vampy color. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna maybe give this to one of my friends and keep these 2 even though they're near identical because I'm stupid. Should I get rid of one of these? But I love Hexcellent. It has such a goofy little name. No, I think I'm gonna keep Black and Tart because the formula of it appears to be less patchy and more consistent than the Wet n Wild. I'm gonna give away the Wet n Wild. You know why I'm doing that? Because I'm trying to dissuade a negative emotion I'm having, which is I like the look of my 4 Wet n Wild liquid catsuits next to each other, and that's not good because that means there's like a budding makeup collector in me that's gonna want to get all the liquid catsuits, which is ridiculous because as I said, I don't like their formula. I think it's uncomfortable and dry. So I want to kill the budding collector by ruining her fun and getting rid of this one. The makeup goblin will not get me on this day. I'm keeping these other 3 because they're rather unique to my collection, and that's that on that. So I'm gonna put these all back together. Maroon, okay, I get it. You don't want to stand up. Hi, can you just like let me have this, please? I'm trying to be freaking organized. So these are the products that are going to be vacating the premises, and I think this is good. I think that's everything. Thank you so much for watching this video, but before you leave, if you could go ahead and have an amazing day for me, that would be very pigmented. And if you would like to interact with me betwixt uploads, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Nisi Pizza, and I also have a second channel called Extra Nisi Pizza that I will link in the description, where I post music and covers. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to use code Nisi Pizza for 10% off at checkout at your local clear lip gloss store. Bye guys.